I actually, I,
Hi, Merlinda. Hi, Laura. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Chris. Volume will get better soon. I don't have the AirPod in yet. For now, you can listen to the wild insanity that is going on. Alyssa, I love that your photo looks like uh, you know Vintage. Wait, hold on. Now tell me.
It's my professional headshot.
Yeah, but it's like vintage color scheme. It's cool. Love it. Child's pose.
This is my first time coming to the outdoor too, so I was like trying to do something.
I'm Danielle. Emmy's your assistant. This is half and half. Hero's pose. Sit up on your knees. Put the palms of your hands right on your kneecaps and just drop your fingers off the edge. And imagine each of your fingers like a magnet, just drawing up from the earth, drawing up whatever it is you might need. Because within your orbit is literally anything you could possibly need, whether that's energy, patience, grounding, motivation, creativity. I mean, it's all there. It's all there, and it's endlessly there. You just got to turn yourself into a little magnet. You just got to magnetize yourself. Breathe in. Breathe out. This time for Om, breathe in. I don't know if it was just me, but that Om felt extra long, extra magnetic. Bring your hands up to heart now. So your hands are in like prayer hands, right? And then take all of your fingers and tuck them in. So you're kind of making like two fists, right? But they're loose. They're not like fighting fists. Turn your fingers inward so they're inside your palm. Stick your thumbs in there too. So like all those little magnets, they're close to you now. They're within your reach. They're in your grip and they're at your heart. Hug them close. Mountain pose. Step right on up to your unlimited potential. And step there with your feet firm on the earth. Roll your shoulders back. Hug your belly in like a shield. Reach up with your arms pretty wide so they're like a funnel and not like a straw. Not much can come through a straw, but a lot can come through a funnel, right? So big, wide open arms, not narrow arms, big, wide, and open. Big breath in. Now down your heart center like magnets to the ground, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing grip the mat. Ooh, this is so fresh and pretty. Jump to the top. Halfway up. Fold in. Reach up. When your arms are up, open them, funnel. Magnet to the heart and zipper down. Halfway lift. chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Jump to the top. Hi, Nikita. Halfway up, fold in, reach up, funnel it in, zipper it down. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Now you, a couple rounds. Be the funnel and the magnet. Oh, that's what I thought you said. It was like none. NMU. So, you know, a lot of times I will teach you how to be like lighter on your feet and like not make a sound. But actually, like, I want you to express the magnetic pull. So each step, make it louder. And each time you slap your hands on the ground, make it louder, like you're freaking claiming your space and your place in this world because you deserve it. Yes. Slap the mat. Stomp the yard. Zoomies, so loud the computer shakes. Yes, 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 Yvette. Yes, Laura. Ten, 9. Yes. 3, 2, bicycles. Pop onto your back. Get them all the way up the mountain. Ride, ride, ride. Woo! Go Zoomies, go Zoomies, go Merlinda, go Alyssa, go Ashley, go Chris, go Nikita, go Laura. Wow, so many names on here that end with A. That made it so fun, like a rap. Go Chris, go Chris, go Laura, go Yvette, go Alyssa, go Ashley, go Nikita, go Merlinda. Here it is, to the top. No more fears. 10, 9, 3, 2, 1. Break it. Break it. Woo! Look at your neighbor and tell them, yup. Yup. Maybe they like high fives or want an air five. Tell them, yup. Tell them, yup. Yeah. Hey, babe. I'm sorry. Yup. That's your mantra for the week. Yup. Woo-hoo, Zoomies. Yup. Boat pose. Let's go. Rock up. Yeah. All right, so it's going to be your right leg. So you got some time to figure out which leg that is. It always takes me like a full minute, like, oh yeah, wait, no, wait. Yeah, I have to do the, you know, the thing you do sometimes, like which L is the correct L for the left side or whatever. So anyway, it's going to be your right leg, okay? And it's going to be a high lunge. That's this one. So you find your own fancy, funky way to get there. Go. Right side, crescent lunge. All right. Woo! Nice. So it's gonna be a thunderbolt. That's kind of like a squat with your arms in the air, okay? And it's gonna be your right leg on top. So a crisscross thunderbolt like eagle legs. Find a way to get there, go. Right leg on top. Okay, slick. You guys are real smooth, you know that? It's good because it's kind of like the smoother the surface, the better the magnets stick together. You ever seen that? Like you buy like magnets off Amazon for the fridge, and the ones that come in like real smooth, I don't know if this is legit. I'm just making this up. The ones that come in real smooth, they like really stick to the fridge. Let's test the theory next week. All right. So it's going to be, listen, your left leg. So figure out which one that is. It's going to be that one. And it's going to be in the sky, in the form of standing split or down dog or plank or I don't know what else, where your leg could be in the sky. You go. Left leg in the sky. Yeah. Drop your head if you can. Send your leg a little higher. Use your butt cheek. Yeah. Plank pose. Let's go. Big breath in. Big breath in. Drop it. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now, maybe you could do this where your feet come off the ground and don't touch it again. Maybe not. Look through your hands. Walk your feet a little closer to your hands. Boat pose. Whoa, whoa, yes. Low boat, bring it down. Arms up in the air. You got it, 5. 4, feet up in the air. 3, you got it, 2. Climb the rope, one arm at a time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Left side crescent lunge. Find a way. Go on. Okay. All right. Smooth. Oh, Laura, that was really smooth. Good. There you are. Feel every toe that touches the earth like a magnet. Just sucking up what you need from the earth. Thunderbolt, crisscross legs, left one on top. Next is the pose with your leg in the air. Okay? Go. Yup. Drop your head. Squeeze your 3 layers of glutes to get your leg to go higher to the sky. If you want it to be more challenging, reduce the point of contact with the ground. So less things touching the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, plank pose. Breathe in. Drop it, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. So, lefts and rights can be kind of limiting. So now forget them, okay? And I'm just gonna say, do this and do that, and who cares what side it is? Who cares? Then you just go to the second one and you just do the other side. So no worries. So don't worry. So not at any single point should you look around and be like, did I do the wrong side? The answer is no. Any side. Any side. Any side. No limits. No boundaries. Stick a leg in the sky right now. Go knee to nose, hug it to the sky. Knee to your nose to the sky. Go for 3, 2, crescent lunge. Any leg. Any leg crossover. So listen, front row, especially you guys I'm talking to, don't move your standing foot. If you back up, but nobody behind you backs up, then everybody behind you gets, a baliad. That's what my grandma used to say when I needed a beating, a baliad. Okay, that's what happens if you move your foot and no one else does. So don't do that. You just manage the space you have. Okay, so any leg, stick it out in front of you, and even if the wall's right there, you just adjust. You just bend your knee or whatnot. Okay, stick it out in front of you. Now, any leg into the sky. Maybe it's the same leg, maybe it's the other leg, you jump switch or something. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Drop your head, and you know what to do with your glutes? Either leg, side plank. Either leg is going to be up and either leg is going to be down. You find your way. What makes sense to you? One's up, one's down. One's up, one's down. This is 2 down. This is 2 down. Yep, good, good, good. One's up, one's down. That's kind of considered up, Laz. All right, good. Plank. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Slow chaturanga. Slow up dog, stretch it. Downward facing dog. Take your leg to the sky. No limits. Step it through. Rise up. I know we didn't do knee to nose, trust, I know. No limits, no limits. Bring your back knee up to your chest. Step back. Step it in, step it back, step it in, step it back. Can you feel how this is the same thing, different relationship with gravity? Same as doing down dog, knee to nose. 5, 4, source it from your core. 3, 2, 1 leg on top, twist it up. So I'm only imposing the one limit of not moving your bottom foot for everybody's safety, because that's the only thing, right? Like in the world, like potential possibility, it's limitless, but You got to look out for each other. That's the only thing. So don't move your bottom foot. Okay, don't move it. Stick one leg out in front of you. Make it work with whatever's in front of you, your dog, your couch, the wall, whatever might be there. One leg in the sky. Go on. One in the sky. Go on. Side plank. One leg up, one leg down. Unlimited ways to create that. One up, one down. This is two down, mama. Pick one up.
I hurt my back.
Okay, put your knee down. Put your bottom knee down.
No, that feels fine. I just can't like lift up like that.
Oh, I got you. I got you. But even if you put this knee down, it still won't come off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Limitless possibility.
Thank you.
Plank pose. Sorry, babe. Drop your knees. Take one arm out to the side. You gotta go above your neighbor. One out to the side. Now the next part, you're gonna love me so much for it. Take your leg out to the side too, opposite leg. Opposite leg, and it has to go over your neighbor. So this one over her. Up and over the top. Yep. Are you guys friends? Good. Off the ground. Pick it up. Put it over her butt. Yep. Oh, yep. Good. Yep. One arm out and one leg out, and they're over each other. Yes. Yes. No, don't have to put it on them. Don't put it on them. Good. More out to the side. Go over Margarita. Good. I know. Go over Jill. Go over Jill, Justin. She'll let you. Go over. Good. More out to the side. This is back. This is the side. There's something about body odds. Use the other leg. This arm, this leg. This leg, and then over. Through the back wall. Pick this arm up. Put it over Amanda. Now this leg up and out the door. Out the door. More out the door. This is straight back. Go out to the side. Over Brittany. Yep. Cross legs. Okay, release. We need a lesson in what to the side means. Let me find like the squishiest place. Sorry. Sorry. Can you guys both do tabletop? Just do tabletop. All right, ready? Hi, guys. So let me show you. Okay, and you have more space than me, so you'll make it work. One arm over, other leg out to the side. Not back here, over here. You see it? I'm not even touching that. I'm barely touching it. Okay, but you have more space than I had. All right, ready? Let's try the second side. Tabletop. Tabletop. One arm straight out to the side. Zoomies. Oh, the pleasures of being out there. And your opposite leg out to the side. Yep, out to the side. Out the door. Yeah, I know. 5. Hell yes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that ish. And shake it out. Woo! Eddie's gonna tell you what.
Oh, and you better be.
But not that again.
All right.
Hug your neighbor really tight. Just kidding. All right, get on your feet, mountain pose. Pose of the month is dancer. So to reach dancer pose, lift your arm up overhead, reach for your ankle, and lift your other arm straight up to the sky. Get a good back bend, front of your hip stretch here. Wobbling is okay. One way to mitigate that would be to pick a point in front of you and stare directly into that point. Switch. Dancer, other side. You may challenge yourself by shifting your gaze around. Kick really strongly into your foot to raise higher. Half moon, release your foot and reach for the floor. Keep your breath. A block is useful here if you need the floor to be a bit closer. If you need one, wave us down. Switch sides. Half moon, other side. Release, ragdoll. Let your head hang heavy. Shake it out. Crow pose. Place your hands on the earth in front of you. Tuck your knees into your triceps or armpits and try. You might lift your feet off the floor and coast forward. You may just balance on your toes or lift one set of toes. See what you're capable of.
Okay, release that. So remember last week, if you were here, we did that wacky crow. Coming back into your space. So you can keep playing with crow if you're enjoying it, if you're getting something out of playing with that arm balance. Long sleeves is just about the worst thing for arm balances, but whatever. So you can keep playing with that one if you want. You can play with like regular crow and then maybe try taking a knee off for a sec, heading toward one-legged crow, which would be like, I'm sliding off my arm, gonna crash and burn. Anyway, like that. You could play something like that, or if you want to play Wacky Crow again from last week, it was like you got to get your 1 foot forward and one arm underneath you. Emmy, can you make sure the zoomies can see me? Sorry for my butt in your face. So you got to get your arm under, okay? And then, how do we do this? Who was here last week? Oh, yeah. Like that? Okay. Like this. Something like putting your leg out there. Then your other arm does crow. Yeah. There we go. Done. All right, so that's something to play with too. So 1 foot has to kind of like stack forward, you know? And then you go arm under. Try straightening your leg. All right? And then this leg does crow. All right? Play. Go ahead. Let us know what help you need, what support you need. Play with it. Yeah, this one goes straight, but it's really out to the side. It's really out to the side, not straight, which you guys learned. Yep. That's it, Katie. Good. Yeah, Michelle, so this one just, yeah, you had it, yeah. And then kick this one toward, yep. And then crow in the other one. Yes. It's fun, right? Good, what do you need? How can we support you with crow or wacky crow or shavasana? Yeah, you got it. You're actually like sitting your thigh on your arm.
Okay.
And that's where everything happens. Yep. Mm-hmm. You got it. So you got to sit on this arm and kick this leg out. Yep, that's it. And then this arm, you got this. And you pick up this foot. Ooh. It's going. Yes. I saw you catch air. You got it? Wait, it's really helpful if you do this. Put this in between. Okay, now you have friction. Okay, so this leg comes, yeah. Yes, so you got it. It's just that this one goes straight instead of kick back. Put this one toward me. Oh, sorry, actually, it'll help you to put this arm under here. Go under. There you go. Now, straighten this one. Yep. The other one does crow. Yes, you are. Yes, give him tips. Good, you good? You good? You good, Zoomies? Yvette, did you try it? Merlin, you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You guys saw you have to get your arm under your thigh like this. You got it. Yes, Yvette, that's it. Yep. Yeah, it's there. I couldn't see your feet, so I don't know if you caught air, but you're in the right track. All right, what's next? It's okay. What's next? Shavasana? Mountain pose.
It's almost 92 degrees.
It is 92 degrees in here. Are you guys hot? Just a little. Okay. Cool. So, did you stomp your feet and claim your mountain pose? What kind of stomp was that? Terry's got it. What else? You guys don't believe you own this space or what? What is it? What is it? Stomp. Open up your feet a little wide. My first ever, can you lower that a little? I I like this song, but I also need to be able to talk. Okay, so my first ever yoga teacher used to make us do this. I don't think I've ever done this, but we're gonna do it. So, you know how we do like the yogi squat jumps? All right, you could do those, or you don't have to jump. You could do this too. You know? So, when you go up, that's what I want you to do. I mean, I want you to get crazy. Like, do it. Ready? Squat down. Let it out. Big more. Oh my God, you guys are the best. I got 3 more and you did like 100 more. Oh man. That was good. That was good. All right, mountain pose. Really good. Stomp up there, own your space. Pick up one knee. Hug that puppy in. Love your knee, love your body, love yourself. I don't know when the last time I said it, but I love yourself. 1 foot back, crescent lunge, go arms up. So you're gonna listen to me first. You're gonna get a humble warrior, but it's gonna face the back. So catch your hands behind you. You're gonna do a little dive all the way around. Dive, dive, dive. Watch your neighbor. Dive, dive, dive. Humble at the back. Go ahead. Dive around, spin. Yep. Drop the knee in the back now. Arms swing up, new perspective. Look around where you are now. Hook your hands at your heart. Hook your elbow on your thigh. Twist. Juicy twist. Look down. Step your back foot in. You're gonna be in like a twisted chair type of thing. Untwist, look forward. Some kind of fly, some kind of flight. Hands down, go. Chaturanga, then up dog, then down dog. Flush it out, flush it out. Nice. Nice, nice. Walk to the top of your mat, the new top. Roll up, mountain, claim that space. Arms up, grab a knee. Hug it. I love you, knee. I love you, spine. I love you, breath. I love you, self. That's what yoga is really about, you know. The poses, they're just tools like the hammer, the wrench, the pliers, the same as down dog and lunge and all the stuff you use to put together the house, you know. Step back, lunge, high lunge. Dive down, spin around, slow and steady. Pivot your feet, go, go, go. Here you are. Knee down in the back, arms up in the front. Big lift, big stretch, twist. Look down, step in, untwist. Listen, divers, tiptoes, arms back. You're gonna hover as low as you can, hover. Drop your heels, reach up, up, up. Hands on your low back. Think of high-rise jeans pockets. Press your hips forward, chest up, tilt your head back, chin toward the sky. Look for the wall behind you. Squeeze your elbows together to support the back bend. If you want, you can walk your hands down your thighs, but be gentle. You're gonna come up real slow. Buckle all the way down to sit where we started in heroes. Same mudra with your palms on your knees. Your fingers drape right off the edge toward the floor. Ooh. Heat clearing breath. Breathe in through a straw. Through your nose. In through a straw. Out through your nose. Camel if you want, or pop onto your back and do bridge. Camel is basically what we just did standing up. You're just on your knees now. Good. Remember, really important that the hips move forward. That applies to all back bends. So even on your back, your hips move up, which is forward toward the sky. So hips move forward. Your chest moves up, right? And you're making all the space humanly possible in your spine. Hips forward, chest up. Ease out of that one. 2 more back bends. Camel, bridge, or wheel. Or if you want to get on your belly and do floor bow, grab your ankles, lift up. All the same shape, just different relationships with gravity. If you want to play with dropping back from standing, mountain, to wheel pose, let's do that together. Stand up and I'll come guide you. If you have the drop back to yourself, you're welcome to go. Camel, bridge, wheel, a drop back, bow, any of the above. Then you feel like you've done like 3 really, really, really good ones. Butterfly. The only measure of good is yours. Did it feel good? Did it feel complete? And that's it. So now the way you take up space, you own your space, is by being. I know. It's like, what? What does that mean? When you take the measures, it's like this. Okay, if we go back to the tools analogy, it's like you have the poses, you have the tools, the hammer, the nails, the wrench, the screwdriver, all the stuff. You have it all, you use it all, you put it all to work. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff, you put it all to work, and then the house stands. And so you went through the process of building the house, right? The house gets built and takes up its space. And then there it is. And yeah, you have to continue to do work on it to keep it, in good shape. But you created it, and it owns its space. And then the house just bees. And there it is, owning its spot. There you are, owning your spot. Pigeon. Cross ankle over thigh from where you are, or rock up. Tuck one foot in, and the other leg goes behind you. Own it. Claim it. Breathe it. Be it. Big breath in. Pour it out. Switch. Tabletop. Stick one foot back, toes on the ground. And then cross it over diagonally. So wherever, whichever leg is still bent and not kicked out, just pass that leg and keep going. So it hits like the other edge of your mat, I'm just gonna pull from the hip all the way down your leg to your foot. That's what you should feel, the pull. Then I want you to curve the side of your body. So make a little C shape with your head moving toward where your foot is now. So now you have the pull from your ear through your shoulder, down your side, down the side of your thigh, all the way to your foot. Come back to center. Make your hands narrow. Step your foot outside your pinky. Lizard. Then go arm to the sky. Either arm works, but try both and you'll see which one's better for you. Move your arm into different places. Look for different types of stretch with your shoulder, your chest, and your back. Find something crazy. Half split. Pull your front leg straight. Now that's perfect. You could bow toward your shin. If you want to weasel toward full split, you can. Leave your back leg as it is, and little by little, wiggle your front foot forward. Just leave the back leg alone. Just keep wiggling the front one. Every time you do this pose, a little more, a little more. A little more, a little more. Tabletop. Kick your foot back, second side. Cross over the path of the knee that's still bent and over to the other edge. And then curl ear toward your foot that's all the way over there now. You could even kind of move your arms in a way that creates more side stretch. Be curious, don't be perfectionist, just curious. Lizard. Foot to the top. So you want to feel a stretch in your quad on the back leg, okay? So a little lunge forward. Then pick an arm up. Move it around. Curious about this body you have. Half split. You're alive. half split or wiggling in the direction of full split. And what would be the most perfect thing for you personally right now? You might want to lay on your belly, lay on your back. You might want to hug your knees or do a child's pose. You might want to get upside down. What would be the most perfect thing for you right now? If there's like an assist you're really jonesing for or something, you could call me or Emmy over to give it to you. We can't read your mind though, so you gotta let us know. Please press my hips in child's pose. Nothing. Nobody's jonesing for something in particular. Okay. All right. Are you waving me down? God, I would cry if the teacher in any class I've ever been to was like, anybody want any particular assist? I'd be like, yes, we come on over. Okay, I'm coming. What? Oh, anything? Okay. So you don't have to go right away, but if you're good and you're ready for what we're all going to do next together, fish pose is where we'll meet. When you are ready for that, you prop yourself up on your elbows, pick your chest up to the sky, and drop your head back. Easy on the way down. And put your feet on the mat and just rock your knees side to side. Recline twist. Take your knees to the street side. Switch. Bring your legs to the sky. Glue them together like they're one unit. And then draw little circles on the ceiling with your feet. So you get this, like this great pressure in your low back and just in the top of your buns, you know, and around your sacrum, the flat part of your low back, the hard part, you know. And put your feet on the mat. Take your arms overhead, make a little frame around your head. And imagine like you could pop your whole back up off the ground. Do like that kind of stretch where, you know, like your mid back pops up, your shoulder blades pop off the ground a little bit. And settle it all back down. Drop your arms, stretch out your legs, scooch anything in the way, out of the way. soften everything and be. Just breathe and be. Breathe in and out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rock over to your side. Come up to sit. You know the magnet mudra, palms on your knees. Hang your fingertips off the side. You are magnetic. Bring your hands to heart. One Om. Breathe in. Peace in and peace out. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you, Zoomies.
Thank you.
Woo! It was a hot one. Smoking. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Yay, I'm so happy. Good job. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's like just my face.
It wasn't unexpected that I would come. I didn't know.
Is it Molly?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just need to hook her up to your account. That's the only thing. Actually, that says 0. Let's see what you have left. Okay, looks like you have a 1120 pack.
I just bought one, so maybe that was it.
Yeah. No, but it looks like you probably just made her an account and then they weren't hooked up to each other. But I'll hook them up. I just can't really do anything about the one that's already logged for her. For the future, yeah.
I just put her in my daughter since it didn't have it.
That's why. That's why. It has to say shares pricing option with. Yeah. It's a weird.
Oh, so I can just change it on.
I'll do it right now. Yeah. And let me give it to you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
How's your mom doing? She's good. She's home now. Oh, she's back home.
So sometime before I moved to Denver, we're good. coffee, drink.
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
That'd be
Well,
fun.
I'll let you know. We got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
couple weeks, but it's gonna go by fast. I know.
Yeah, let me know.
So I've got plenty of classes I need to use up. So I like bought a new pass at the beginning of the year, and it's like I'm not doing that. So.
Yeah, well, they'll never expire, so if you're ever going to be coming back or want to gift them to someone or share them, yeah, they'll be there. All right, let me know.
Not much. There's something wrong with my account again. I think I took from the 5 classes and now it won't let me book this Wednesday. And I gave them a new credit card and got back on the 108.
Let me look at it while you tell me.
I do not know.
Yeah.
Hi, babe. If you work real hard, work real hard. It's because Mindbody has this new nifty thing, and it's effing everyone up.
Okay.
Where it doesn't recognize that you have a pass, even though this is gonna auto recur or whatever, it doesn't recognize that you have anything coming
Past
after
that
that.
day. Okay.
So when it gets to that day, but it looks like
It took one out of a 5-pack or something. It said it did something on tomorrow's class. Or does it
how
show
come?
up?
Are you supposed to be on autopay?
Yeah. I gave him a new credit card when I opened it back up.
Okay. This looks like it's not gonna auto renew actually, but even if it was, it's still doing this problematic thing. But I'll fix this for you so you're back on the auto pay, and then
You wanna? Yeah, that's Amex. I wonder if it's the right number.
We'll get started in just a few minutes. If you want to take legs up the wall or child's pose.
That's the old one that was reported stolen or lost.
same address. Same address.
Yeah. Oh no, different address.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
3219 South Orange Avenue, apartment 129, and 32806.
Hi. We're gonna start in a little bit, you guys. It's so weird. I'm on camera right now. Wait. Okay, we should be good. Yes, we are good. I'll set that up, and I'll make sure if it pulled from any of your things, but I think we moved all those to your family.
I think it just said something weird on tomorrow.
All right, I'll look.
Okay.
I'll fix it. Welcome. Bye. Are you practicing? Are you practicing? Yeah. Oh, nice. Good. Have fun.
What is it? You gotta get it going, like, you gotta get it, baby, come on, whatever you need.
Hello. Cool shirt.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
So many compliments.
Oh my god.
Do you want bleach tie-dye?
We should.
Warrior one?
You should charge people like $5.
Did you do yourself, Ellie?
I did it myself, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like at the studio, not them necessarily, but
Yeah.
Tell her to come closer. I can't see.
$5 if you.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Danielle, tell her to come closer.
Oh, they want to see.
Oh, good.
She tied
Oh,
up.
super cool.
Thank you.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
I want it.
I'll make you one.
Okay. All right, cool.
Is that coming up or did that just pass?
108 Club? Yeah. Okay, so 108 Club is our like celebration program where when you hit 108 classes at the you're in the 108 Club. So you get on the wall and you get the t-shirt. If you're not sure if you hit them yet, we can always look in your account, so just let me know. You did? For 107 or your 108? Oh! Let's check. Yeah, so you, in theory, will get a text and an email.
Yes, it's from you. It says, welcome to the 108 Club.
Yay, Nicole! Let's get you a shirt. There's tees and tanks. All the sizes.
Think about it. I'll do it.
All right, we'll look at them after. Awesome, that's amazing. So Dunedin, same thing. Same thing goes over there, exactly the same, and you get emails too and everything. So if you hit the club and you haven't gotten your shirt yet, or if you're like, I should probably have had 108 classes and I haven't heard about it yet, let us know.
I'm in the club.
You're in the club?
I'm in the club.
Yeah! Did you get your shirt?
Mhm.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay, awesome. So let's talk about how class was. Tell me what themes you noticed. Tell me what worked, what didn't work, what you loved, what you didn't love. Magnets. Stomping.
How like when we jumped up and you yelled back. It's still like powerful and
Yeah.
and like screaming out all your negative energy.
Yeah. So we did this exercise. Some of you may have done this already. I don't know. I don't know who else does these, but like yogi squat jumps. So we did like, I do these a lot, like where you jump up from like a squat, but then it was like, ha, 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 and everyone was going crazy. Yeah, so it was actually really successful. My original yoga teacher used to do stuff like that, and I never do it because I don't know why I never do it. It's not like I'm like shy or something. I'm definitely not shy, but I don't know, but it felt good, right? Yeah, I like stuff like that. So we did that.
Taking up space.
Taking up space. So that was kind of the theme of the whole thing, taking up space. And so, you know,
Using your tools.
yeah, using your tools. Voice is one place in the world where a lot of people are afraid to take up space. They might be all right with like, you know, posture and standing tall and being in a space and maybe even having like a great, cool, funky style that is very like loud and here I am, but then somehow like the voice gets subdued so often for so many people. And I guess maybe that's like even a good example of like, yeah, that's one of the things that I like hesitate to do, but is actually so empowering, getting people to use their voice. So even like big sigh on the exhale or the HA ha, like if you've ever been in a class where a teacher does that, any of those things that make people use their voice, you know, make a sound. Or even like some people are so hesitant to om or say namaste even. And that could just because they're like, I don't know how, or like what that means or whatever, you know, just why I try to explain it often. But especially like yelling or any of that stuff is really like out there for people. So it's a very good like release of energy. It is very primal, right? That's what Tiffany, you said that, right? Primal. And it's like throat chakra-esque, but really related to second chakra. And that second chakra is very much like owning who you are. Third chakra is being like self-confident, but second chakra is the more like intimate version of it, like really being okay with who you are, really like learning to love yourself, really like the emotions that surround it, different than just like competence. You know, can you understand the difference between those? So like, yeah, really figuring out like your place in the world, showing up, owning it, all this stuff is second chakra. But yeah, taking up space, and then the using your tools analogy. How did I explain that at the end? Like, can you guys remember the full house analogy?
You're building your house and using all the tools, building your house, having a solid house, but having to maintain it and keep it strong.
Yeah, totally. So it was like in the beginning, for those of you who weren't there, I mentioned, you know, we were in like a knee hug, and I was like, love yourself, love your knee, love your breath, love yourself. And I said something like, that's the real yoga, right? That's the real yoga. Like the poses are not really the yoga. The poses are tools. And that led into the analogy of using your tools. Like your child's pose is no different than a hammer. Your warrior two is like a wrench, you know, like poses are just tools to create the yoga. And then I used the house analogy, like you build the house. Okay, so then later I said something like, because we were doing like claim your space, which was like a lot of like making noise and stomping and stuff like that. And then we were just laying there. And so I brought it into that moment by talking about like just being, and how like claiming your space sometimes is just being, right? And so just be, own your space, claim your space, just be. You don't have to be stomping and yelling and stuff, just be. And that's where it shifted. So it's like, yeah, you use the tools to like build the house, the poses, build you up. And then, yes, you have to do things to maintain it over time, but once the house is built, it's like there, owning its own self, right? It's there. It's like in existence, claiming its space, owning its spot on the block, you know? So it doesn't like, yeah, there's like hammering and loud sounds that go into building something up, building yourself up. And then like, then there's this magic of just, yeah, owning what you built. Cool. What else? Anything? Anything?
I was feeling the seed.
Yeah, the stretch. See, the table from tabletop. Yeah. So it was like not like that, zoomies, but tabletop, and then 1 foot back, and you slide it across. So now you have this stretch. Like, let's see it from this side.
Oh.
You slide it across to the other side of the mat. So then you have like a stretch from your hip to your heel, and then when you curl your head that way, now it's from your ear, down your neck, down your whole side, down your thigh, all the way down to your foot. Oh, I was like, are they talking?
No, it's
Okay.
Deb. I thought she was on the video and having issue because I'm texting her notes.
Oh. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a really nice side stretch.
Yeah, it was a good stretch.
Good. What else?
And the ones where we had our arms and legs. So hard though.
It's really hard.
It
It's
was so
really
hard.
hard. The weight of your leg when you're holding, so the pose was like this,
I couldn't extend.
but
it.
everybody had their leg back here, like spinal balance. And I'm like, that's the back, not the side. Hold it out to the side. All right. And the weight of your, like the muscles that are holding your leg up in this case, and even your glute medius, which is quite small actually compared to the glute maximus. So the big bun is maximus, right? And then medius and minimus are pretty small comparatively. And so those are the ones that are kicking in. This is maximus, and a lot of people have perfect access to that, and it's great. So it's relatively easy. This one comes out of maximus and into medius, and your body's like, what the? Because you would never be doing this anywhere in life, right? So you're what? Maximus is the only one up there, so can't even use it. But
Is the white one?
No, that's just connective tissue. That's the IT band, technically.
That's how you get around the booty, though. You have to really work those
Yeah.
muscles to like round it out. Otherwise,
Mhm.
it'll be like flat and then cupped.
Yes, yes. Yeah, good. So that was good. Challenging because there's so many people in the room. Like at home, I like went over to the Zoomies and I'm like, yeah, no big deal for you guys because you got no one to work around, but everyone in the room was like close.
It was so funny to me because when I walked in, there was someone who was in between two pieces of tape. And I asked her, I was like, can I like squeeze in next to you? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. And then like 5 minutes later, she pulls her mat into the center aisle. She's like, I'm gonna go back here so we have more space. I'm like, okay. And then we get,
you know.
and then like 40 minutes later, everyone's like, no, I can't. It's gotta be back here. And I'm just like, this is my first time coming to a 6 o'clock Monday class in person. I was like, this is such a different vibe.
Yeah.
And like Kim's like 10:30 Sundays, we're all just like take out 5 water bottles, like hold on to each other. I'm like, why is everyone so weird here?
Yeah.
On one side, I was next to Brian, and he moved my leg over, and I fell over. But then I was able to get it back up and get it over Brian, but then the girl next to me was like really tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't extend my leg. Like, this was enough. Like, to sit here and balance like this, because the people next to me were like, her leg was coming in and my leg was going in. I'm like, we didn't coordinate this well. It's
Yeah.
too difficult.
Yep. Yep. Learn management skills. It's a crazy town. Did you all get the message about lefts and rights? Very early on, we did that.
Not to
Long
pay
before the house
There's
stuff.
Left and right can be limiting.
Yeah. Yeah, good job. Yeah, so we did like specifically left and right things. And that's one of the things we try to avoid a lot here. Like you might say at one time, like lift your left leg if you have a lot of people, or step your right foot forward if you have a lot of people, just for room management purposes. But if you had a small class, it doesn't freaking matter which leg is where. If there's nobody, or like, you know, if you have plenty of room to flail your limbs around, you don't have to worry about that ever for people. You can always use other directional things. Twist toward the butterfly, twist toward the big sun, reach toward the legs, you know what I mean? Reach toward your back foot, stuff like that, because like I mentioned, the thing with the L's and like how long it takes me like a minute to figure out which is which, that's most people. And it actually like, and we have so many women in class often, and the like biological female brain has way harder time with left and right actually than like the biological male brain does. So we've talked about in the past, Kim always says it's like oppressive to women because like the woman's brain like has an issue with lefts and rights more than men's does. She likes to say that, but I'm like, it just makes people confused more than anything, right? Like, so you want to get good at not, and it also gives people the option to feel like they did something wrong. That's the thing too, is it's like if they stepped there, if you said right foot and they put their other foot forward, then they're like, shit, I did it wrong. And so we're eliminating the times that people think they did something wrong, right? So I did call it a couple of times when I was like, forget those, you know, making the point that we can do that same flow and not have to worry about lefts or rights. So yeah, it just gets like, yeah, Nikita, any side, no limits, no boundaries. Do the other side the other next time, right? Who cares what side? Yeah, that's it. So like looking for directional things or like toward your front leg or stuff like that is so much more empowering than twist your right arm toward your left leg, look back over your right shoulder and reach down your right hand toward your back thigh, which is what you hear a lot in yoga classes. Have you guys ever experienced that? Other places? Have you guys ever experienced that out there? Reach your right arm toward your left thigh and then your left arm back toward your right thigh on the outer side of your left side, like that. And then the teacher's warped and confused because they're trying to do it too, and they're doing the mirror image, so it's actually their opposite. So then they say left and they mean right, and like things just go. I mean, it's every time I take a class anywhere but here, every time. So more so than anything, just wanting to reduce the number of times that people think they're doing something wrong. People have way too much of that in their lives already. Yeah. Okay, cool. Anything else from class? Anyone who didn't take class, if you had like a recent experience that was amazing, or something that didn't work, like amazing or not amazing, or
I have one.
Yeah, let's hear it, Melissa.
So, and this wasn't a regular class, so once a month, and Danielle, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Laurel does Sound Bowl, the Sound Bowl, amazing experience. So she did it this past Sunday, and it was just mind-blowing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever get a chance, any of you or anybody there, Sound Bowls.
Yeah, tell us why.
Well, for me personally, and I think it also has something to do with Laurel because she's like, I don't know, a magical wizard or something, but it just the frequency of the sound bowl, the I don't know, there's something about it that just you know, any emotions, any crap that you have, it just comes up. I always cry. So it's just, you know, you leave just feeling so much lighter, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Awesome. You guys done the bowls up here?
I love the sound bowls.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, if we ever did like classes or something, like, I would love to do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have singing bowls at home, but they're not glass, like they're not the crystal.
Yeah, they're metal ones.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. You should totally play them when you teach.
Do they have to be crystal or can they be-
Nah.
No, the crystal just, like, it feels different. Like my undergrad.
She's saying she has bowls, but they're
they're
metal, not crystal.
Like undergrad was in music, so like I've done your glass bowls, and like the frequency feels like it shifts your energy different than the metal ones do, and
Yeah.
they're bigger.
Yeah.
Like you feel the sound as opposed to like just experiencing, like hearing it. It's amazing.
Very cool.
I want to mix them. Yeah. And a gong. I want a gong.
We don't have these things. Call Kim.
Kim, we need a gong up here and one down there. And
they're on Amazon.
Can you learn the crystal bowls? Like like how we're doing like YTT? Is there like training?
Yeah. Yeah. There's tons of them. Yeah. Cool. Nikita said she cried her first sound bowl. Amazing release of emotion. Yeah, it's crazy. We need to schedule one for up here. Laurel does them every month down there, and technically I'm supposed to do them every month here, but that's what I mean, like once a season.
We got a waiting list for you now.
Yes. All right, cool. All right, good. Any other things from other classes you guys have been to? You guys can share too. Okay, cool. Okay, so let me see what's on my list. Okay, so all right, so about half of the group, when I say the whole group, I mean everyone, Orlando and Dunedin included, but about half of you have, okay, about a third of you have heard about sound bowls. I mean, not sound bowls. That's not what I meant. Flashcards. About a third of you have heard about the flashcards, and then like out of that percentage, like a third of you have done some or started doing them with your groups. So don't stress If you haven't even heard about them yet, no biggie.
We
No
need all the
biggie.
info right now. I want to know everything.
My list keepers are like, what?
We're dying.
So-
Please just give us all the information.
Yeah, so the flashcards are like an ongoing project throughout, and it's something where like toward the end of program, it would be like on your list of things to complete for graduation. But it's kind of like an ongoing, fun type of thing where, it's like each card, we're gonna do a sample one together in a second. I'm gonna do it on the whiteboard on Zoom. But it's like each card has like one pose on it. So let's just pretend it's child's pose. And then it's like child's pose. So the name, the Sanskrit name and meaning, like the energetics of it. So it's like child's pose is very what?
Grounding.
Grounding, exactly. So it's like that, the energetics of it. What does it make you feel like? Stuff like that. And then it's like what anatomical and physiological things go with it. So like what are the major muscles that are worth talking about? What are the major joint actions? What does it stretch? What does it strengthen?
Going too fast.
Don't write this all down.
Listen.
Don't worry about it right
I
now.
couldn't spell anatomical and now I'm behind.
These two are bugging out.
What's the joint
Trying to make
action?
the
What's
list.
joint action?
Don't
I got less than you.
don't worry about that right now.
You can't do this to me.
So yeah, so it's like all the different things you can kind of imagine about each one. And they're not like something you're gonna turn into us or anything like that. What ends up happening is usually you'll take like pictures of you'll like lay out yours and then take some photos and post it on Facebook so that everyone can see like everyone's like stick figure drawings, and it's not like your test. It's not a test. It's not an assignment. There's no grades. There's nothing like that. But
I even had to take you pictures from
yeah,
Facebook.
but it's just something to have for you so that you have like a way to see all the info you're gathering about each little thing, because everything gets like crazy. You have like the anatomy, the physiology, the chakras, the Sanskrit, the elements, the this, the that, cues for this, sun A, sun B, and it's like, what? So just one way to kind of like take some information and organize it accordingly. And they're fun. So that's all. And we're gonna do an example of one. Go ahead, Sydney.
I use an app called Quizlet for school all the time. And I can actually put pictures on the note cards and stuff. So could I use the app for the note cards? Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you love digital better and you want to do something like that, totally. Quizlet.
Cool. Yeah, and I can share it with the class too, so other people can study from them.
Yeah. And then you can like share your deck with someone else. But no problem to share decks, but everyone make their own, unless Kim changed it to like a group project. But I think it's everyone make their own. You guys know you're the first group to do small groups.
Yes.
I've told you all that a bunch of times. So sometimes I'm like, maybe that's a group assignment and maybe that's a one-person assignment, I don't know. But usually it's like everyone makes their own. Plus you want to have them after program, right? Like you'd want to have materials, so you'll have your manual, which is steadily coming along, because you're also the first group to get the new manual, redesigned and really, really magical. That's why it's delayed.
That's teachable, right?
No, it's a whole different thing. It's an actual manual designed by yours truly. I'm working on it. No, it's so you'll get month 1 and 2 this week probably. And then 3, then it should be each month by the time your weekend starts.
And then we'll be like, oh crap, we're like so behind.
So I have a piggyback question on that.
Yeah, question about manuals.
And teachable, and
And
how it all
teachable.
kind of fits together.
Yeah.
Should we, so like we're coming up on the 3rd weekend very soon, in like 2 weeks. Should we have gone through month 3 in teachable, or should we be, or is the weekend like the introduction and then we have the whole 3rd month to do teachable?
That's a good question. Could you guys hear that? Like,
Yeah.
are you supposed to be finished with the teachable modules for month 3 by the time you get to the weekend? So everything is designed to be like a use it your way type of thing. Like that's our style of learning. And that's why that's even like with classes, same thing kind of goes. It's like, do it your way, you know, like we really want to empower people to use tools the way that need to be used for your particular way of learning, including physically in your poses, using 10 blocks or 1 block or 5 straps or, you know, whatever you need. So when it comes to the manual, the Teachable, even the Facebook, it's like use it whichever way maximizes your learning. So if you're the type of person who loves to like know things ahead of time, like you like to know sun A and sun B before we get to the weekend so that you don't have to then freak out that you don't know them, learn them ahead, go through the month before we get to the weekend. If you're like, no, I love to like learn it in the format of like being in person, having the teacher in front of me, I want to like feel it and touch it and hear 5 people teach it, then I'll get it, then just wait till the weekend. Does that make sense? Because some people are like, no, Teachable, no, like I need a teacher in front of me, talk to my face, you know? And some people are like, no, I need the manual 7 months before, and I want to like know what's in the manual, and I need to know all of it, and then I'll come to class. Like, so everyone's different, you know? And some people are like, I want flashcards, manual, workbook, I need the workbook printed, you know, like all that. And some people are like, I'm good with just a workbook, or I'm good with just Teachable, you know? So it's kind of like we're providing as many things as possible to you, and then you use the tools the way you need to. Cool? So there's no like, you should be X number of modules done in Teachable or anything like that. The only time where that like kind of comes into play is like, it's helpful to look in there because a lot of things are posted in there. Your recordings are in there, the assignments are in there, like things are in there, right? So that's kind of the only reason why like knowing where things are in there helps. If you like never opened it before, well, I don't know how you could have never opened it. I don't know. You probably haven't done any of the assignments then, or watch any of, you know. Anyway, you get my point. Okay, cool. All right, good. Okay, so let's do a sample one on here. Let me get a whiteboard going. So for you all to see, like you all can, what I'm probably gonna do is turn around so you can see my screen. And then you can also, everyone, draw ahead of, like draw on your paper out there and here if you want to, or just like kind of watch it be created here. Again, whatever is like your way. It's gonna be a little weird because my back is gonna be to all of you guys, but hey, here we are. It's, what century is it? Okay, it's 2023. So here we are, drawing the cards on Zoom. All right, so let me find the way I can make this the biggest possible. Okay, hang on, this chat out of here. Yeah, okay. You guys can gather around if you want. But, okay, so assume that, let's make a line. We have a front and a back of the card. This is the front. Okay. And then this is the back. Okay. So you can create these however you want to, but I'm just gonna draw a pose and then I'm gonna probably, I don't know, we'll see how it happens, right? But you could do like just the pose on the front if you wanted, and then all the information on the back, like in a bullet point list. For me, I like to have like the image and then like lines that point to things, and like I want to see it all kind of like in one place. So to me, it's not even worth it to have a back of the card, but you might want like the card and then you see the pose and then you flip the card and you're like, okay, here's all that information that I need to know, right? So it's totally creatable in your own style. But what pose should we do? Warrior One? Our namesake? Okay, so let's see if I can draw Warrior One.
This is gonna be funny. Here we go, here we go. That's a leg. That's also a leg. Here we go, arm. Oh my God, this is so good. Arm. Hands. I'm honestly so impressed with myself right now.
Oh my God, that looks great.
Me too. This looks great.
Yeah. Gotta give eyelashes. Okay, smile. Teeth. Great. Oh my Lord. It's a gremlin. Okay.
His head's really good.
Oh, feet. Okay, here we go. Toes. Sydney, I think you're drawing on there, and you can actually, wait.
I didn't mean to. I was exiting out of something and then I realized that I was like on the screen.
That's fine. I think we can all collaborate. Actually, you can write stuff on here. Did you say it looks like nightmares?
I said it looks kind of like Jack from like Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's like it's nightmare fuel. She's never gonna draw for us again.
This is supposed to be hair. I thought it was gonna help, but okay, it's making it worse actually. All right, cool.
I dream about it tonight.
Oh, is it because she's missing a nose? All right. This is good. This is perfect, right? Okay. So, we got a couple things going on in Warrior 1. So, let's say like we'll go from the ground up, right? So what's happening with the feet? Like, can you think of,
Front foot forward.
yep, good.
The back foot 45 degrees to the corner of the mat.
Front foot forward. I heard toes on 12 o'clock. That's good. Toes on 12 o'clock. And then the back foot 45. We'll say 45 degrees, but it's really like ish, right? So we're gonna put ish. It's not everyone's exactly that, but it's a nice way to like explain to people, like, you know, turn your back foot kind of like out to the edge, like 45 degrees ish, a little in or a little out, right?
So your front knee would be 90.
Yeah. Anything else for feet first? Back foot. So both feet are flat, right?
Do you ground down like earth on your front foot?
Yeah. The assist, you mean?
Yes.
Or you could say it as a cue, right? Ground down like ground down. Cassandra is drawing on here. Like earth. What is that you just drew? Cassandra. Cassie.
There's an accident. That's what I drew.
This.
Delete it.
I did.
Okay.
Ground down like earth. Assist, which is what? Do it with your hands. How do you do ground down like earth assist? Mm-hmm. Yep, you got it. Zoomies. I'll tell you in a sec. Assist. So ground down like earth would be like, let's say it was somebody's, okay, here's my foot, right? So Nicole was doing this one, right? Like the heel J, where you push down their heel. Do this J with your hand. I know assists are so hard to talk about over Zoom, but we got it. And then ground down like earth is like Katrina was pushing, you know, like you know, like where you ground down hands, or you can ground down a foot, right? So the J, or the big toe mound, press that down. So the ground down like earth assists, right, on either foot. Also, what's the other assist for the back pinky toe edge of the foot? You know, did you guys learn that one yet? No? Okay, forget that one for now. Okay, so ground down like earth assists. So we said it's like the J hand on the heel, and just straight up like pressing, right? Press with your palm to like ground something down. hand or foot, but in this case, foot. Okay, so those are good assists. And then the Q, right? Ground down like earth, right? So I would put like Q, ground down like earth. What's another Q related to feet? Yep. Oh, come on. Redo. No. Okay. True Q's. Ground down like earth. Put your front foot, right, on true north. Meaning like toes face straight ahead. 12 o'clock. That's another cue, right? Front toes on 12 o'clock. Right, so those are a couple cues for feet. And then moving up the body.
I was always taught like for warrior one, your foot should be like, your heel should be like towards the middle of your kind of foot like that.
Yeah, so that's more related to the stance of the feet, like, you know, whether it's like this or like this. So whether you're on a tightrope or like railroad tracks, you see what I'm saying? So this way, like a lot of people have said, that's like an old school cue, heel in line with your arch. That's what you're talking about, right? So that kind of puts you on a tightrope, which is fine. It's good. It's one way to do it for sure. But you can also say like line your heels up, and that puts you more on railroad tracks. Like if this was too wobbly, you know? Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Front knee bent.
Yep, bend your front knee. Bend your front knee. Oh, cues. Bend your front knee.
90 degrees.
Yeah. Bend your front knee to 90 degrees. Yeah. Of course, not everybody can get to 90 degrees and it's totally fine. So it's kind of like another ish, but less of an ish than the back foot because the back foot is like a lot more, okay, they're both related to everything. They're both related to muscles, bones, joints, everything. But the back foot, the way you turn your toes on the back foot has a lot to do with the rotation that you have in your leg joints, in your hip and in your ankle. And it has a lot to do with like muscle mobility and joint mobility, I want to say. And so like some people are going to struggle a lot more than others with that back one. Whereas the front knee is like, you know, a pretty simple action of, it's not like, hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. Like doing stuff like this with your foot is so much more involved than bending and extending your knee. Get what I'm saying? So when you're talking about the back foot in this pose, you'd want to give more leniency than like trying to tell someone to bend their knee. Just simply because this is pretty wild to work with. And this is pretty standard thing that people do all day long. Make sense? Okay, cool. Don't overthink that too much. Good. So what's the, like what muscles are we talking about in this front leg? What's happening there? Even if you haven't heard yet, just think about it yourself when you do that pose. What do you feel?
Hard to squeeze your thigh in line.
Yeah.
Quad.
Yeah, squeeze your thigh. So what's your thigh?
Quad.
Yeah, your quads. So you're like a muscle action. Or if you wanted to just go with like what's stretching, what's strengthening, you could go with it that way. Muscle action is going to be quad squeeze, right? Squeeze your quad, but that means that you're, what? If it's contracted, you can assume that you're doing what? Let's say, let me give you this example. If I'm doing bicep curls,
Extending,
when I do this and my muscle gets contracted, I'm doing what?
flexing,
Flexing, yeah. But what's happening to this muscle? Is it stretching or strengthening?
contraction.
Strengthening. Good. So you're squeezing your quad. What do you think is happening to your quad?
Strengthening.
Strengthening, exactly. Okay. And you can feel that because when you do warrior one long enough, it starts burning, right? Right? Right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you're strengthening your quad. Your quad is made of how many muscles? Nikita, I see your hand. 4. Quad means 4. 4 muscles. That's not a good example because let me actually show you. See if this is a good example. Okay, so, all right, so you really can't, so what you have to imagine there, and it's not labeled, that's why I'm saying, but there's another one. Hold on, let me see. Okay. So, it only shows you 3 in this pick. This is not one of the 4. Your IT band's not a muscle. Actually, it's connective tissue. But these 3 and then 1 underneath this. That's why you can't really see it. So underneath there, and then it's not labeled either, I guess, because they couldn't show it. So they were like, we're not going to label it. But if you could label it, would be in here, and it would be the vastus intermedius, the one in the middle. Intermediate kind of sounds like middle, you know, the intermediary, the middle. And so you can think of it like that. Laterus is the one on the outside, lateralis. That's on your lateral side of your leg. Medialis is the medial side, the inside. And then intermedius would be in the middle, right? And then rectus femoris is like giant. And so obviously this isn't to scale, but it is relatively makes sense in that this is the bigger muscle. And any idea what rectus femoris means? What does this sound like?
Your booty.
No, this is your quad, not your
I mean,
booty.
yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Oh, because rectum. I got you.
Come on, girl.
Femur?
Say it again.
Femur? Femur?
Femur. Yeah. The femur, right? Because it's your femur bone. Your femur bone is your upper leg bone. So femoris, you got that. But what does rectus sound like?
Outer.
Erect, right? Exactly. So like up and down, long, like your the muscles up and down your spine are erector spinae. So like rectus, like up and down or tall or like erect, right? Make sense? Got that now? It does sound like what you said, Trina. Okay, cool. So that was a good lesson in quads. But most people just think it's like your quad muscle, period. Just one. They don't realize that it's divided into 4. So, so anyway, quad muscle strengthening. Okay, what about the back leg? What do you say for the back leg? What would be the cue?
Straighten it out. Extend, yeah.
Straighten
Your
it.
hamstring. Something.
And straighten your back leg. Yeah, and so what's the she said your hamstring's doing something.
Stretching?
Do everybody jump up and do warrior 1, see what you feel. Yell it out. What's your back leg feel like?
Stability.
Stability.
My calf is being stretched.
Calf stretch. Calf stretch. What else? inner thigh stretch. Totally, depending on how much you rotate your hips.
Yeah.
Inner thigh stretch, but it's still there. What
I
else?
think your glute, that glute as well. is doing
Boom,
something.
boom, boom. Your glute, but is your glute getting stretched or?
Contracting.
It's contracting. So you're strengthening your glute, actually. Good work. All right, good, you guys. Feels interesting, right? To kind of look at it that way. So actually, your legs in Warrior One are having two completely different experiences. Completely different. And so it like seems like this kind of like simple everyday pose, and it's like in every yoga class ever, but there's a lot happening in this pose, a lot. And they're having entirely different experiences. Like this quad's on fire, my front leg, while my back one is kind of like sort of contracted, but I'm actually feeling a stretch more than anything, right? So that's kind of an interesting thought. And if you're saying your glutes contracting, then you know you're getting a quad stretch. So things on opposite sides of each other do opposite things. So while this is contracting, my glute's actually getting a stretch here, but the opposite on the other leg. So front leg, my quad's working and my glute's stretching. Think of like, same thing here, right? Well, no, that's a bad example. Forget that one. Forget I said that. But yeah, so that, and then opposite on the back leg. So my glute is working. Your glute does the action of pulling your leg back. Well, it's one of the things that does that, okay? Pulls your leg back. So here you are, and then stretch the quad. Hamstring stretch, yeah, I feel that. Definitely feel like as I try to rotate my hips forward, that inner thigh stretch that was being mentioned, calf all the way, right? I feel that for sure. But you can see too, like, these things are not definite. It's not black and white. It's a gray area. Like if I bend my knee less, I'm not feeling my quad anymore. If I bend it more, I'm like, shit, this is on fire now. So it's not always exact. Like you can't just say that poses do like these exact things. It's relative. Like it depends on how you're holding the pose. Like another example, I know this is just so much info being like flung at you, but like pigeon, if I'm up here, has different stretch and strengthening benefits than down here would. Even in the hip. Is it still hips? Yeah, but it's different parts, right? So it's like, no, that's why even with like the 45-degree thing, it's like everything is relative and you have to be aware of that. And it's like the number one reason why we don't micromanage people's poses, because it's not a cut and dry practice. Bodies aren't cut and dry. Everyone's experience is so different. Like my legs operate differently because I'm a horseback rider than someone who's like been, you know, a dancer or a gymnast their whole life. So completely different use of their body, right? So gonna have different experiences in the same exact poses. Make sense?
Yeah.
Make sense? Yeah, so we can give a generalized benefits list, but nothing's black and white. Make sense, Zoomies?
Yes.
Good. Good. Okay, so this is a good start. So that's legs. You see how much info we already have. Crazy. All right, cool. So we have some cues for feet, cues for legs. We have some muscle actions for feet. We have some muscle actions for legs. Assists for legs, we're gonna skip. I know you definitely haven't talked about that yet, but you got some for the feet. Now, upper body. I actually didn't do a good representation in my drawing of what's happening with your spine, but what happens with your spine in Warrior One?
Creating space.
Yeah, you create space. Lengthening. What else?
Strengthen your core.
Yeah.
Opening your chest.
Potentially, yeah. Opening your chest, yeah. Is the spine did you guys learn flexion and extension of the spine yet? Okay, is it in flexion or extension? Yeah. Extension. What's the difference? Is this extension or flexion?
Flexion.
Extension.
Mm.
Is this flexion or extension? Flexion.
Flexion.
Yep. Is this flexion or extension?
Both.
Technically could be both, right? But in
Of the
theory,
spine, it's
Yeah.
extension.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, but extension, right? In theory. And then, yeah. So here we are. Warrior is extension. Good. Extension of the spine. Spine muscle. Well, spine joint action really is extension.
These cards are gonna be pretty big, right?
Crazy, right? But like, you know, you could do it where it's like, let's take this out and just do it as like another example. Draw a really quick warrior over here. Arm. You're not as good this time. Da, da, okay. So let's say that you wanted to just do like, draw a little arrow and be like, glute, strengthen glute, stretch calf, right? You could, I mean, you could, why did it go away? Okay, you get me. And then you could do like a line and be like, text, strengthen quad, stretch glute, or whatever, like just the main one even. Like you don't even have to say stretch glute because most people aren't going to talk about, like you would, like I'm normally not like, warrior one, stretch your glute, or like, you know, like enjoy the stretch of your glute, right? I wouldn't normally bring that up, even though we're talking about that's what happens as like we're learning. But, you know, like say you just wanted to have the main one, you could say strengthen quad, right? And keep it like that. And then like an arrow that says like front foot on 12 o'clock, period. Like you can keep it like that too. So it's really, yeah, I mean, you could go like jumbo cards and go all the things, or you can do like, do like so. No. No extra points, no pluses for the A's, nothing like that. No 5.0 GPAs in here.
Asking for a friend. Smiley face and gold sticker. Listen.
I remember the kids in high school, there was like, 4.0 is like where you want to be, but then like if you took AP classes, you go to 5.0. It's like, yeah.
That's why you take them.
People would be like, how do you have more than a 4.0? AP classes. Okay. Oh, that's a newer thing? Oh, my bad.
I am the
They
expert.
added that later. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't know I could do this. All right, well, anyway, so that's good. This is a good start, right? And then you can, all right, so we talked a lot about like anatomy and physiology, but you can also talk about like, and we didn't even do arms, but hey, so you could also write like, what's something else that doesn't have to do with anatomy and physiology here? What else can we talk about? Yeah, okay, that's good. You can talk about planes, right? Perfect, but let's go outside of anatomy and physiology. What else? Think like energy, chakras.
Like your second chakra, that's what I was gonna say, is it second chakra, or is it?
Is it? Why?
You kind of get like that hip turn, kind of pelvic, like movement right there, that
Yeah,
energy.
yeah. second chakra because of all, I mean, you're doing a lot of work with like rotating the pelvis, right? You can honestly argue any chakra for any pose, right? So if you can discover the why behind it, you can make it make sense. Like some are obviously a little more this or a little more that in the obvious sense, but really they all have all of it.
Is it gonna be like a heart opener?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fourth chakra. I mean, we haven't gotten that far with the chakras yet, but so if you feel like I've never heard that, don't worry, anybody who's feeling that. But fourth chakra, heart opener. Perfect. Good. Anything else that's like outside of anatomy and physiology that's like maybe something more energetic, like yeah, grounding. It's a very grounding pose. It's also very uplifting in a sense because of like really reaching up toward the sky, right? Uplifting. Yeah.
I like the cue Kim does with like your hands or swordfish. Or
Yeah.
the cactus arms, like do something with your hands and your fingers.
Yeah. Yeah. So you could also have like a list of like arm variations, you could go into that if you wanted to. So you see how these cards can be like, they can encompass so much. So arm variations, you could make yourself a list like goalpost arms or funnel arms or hands at heart or hands on hips or hands behind your head, reverse prayer. I mean, endless options. That's good. That's pretty expansive. All right. How do you guys feel about flashcards?
Need to know how many. I'm dead serious. Please give me a range.
I have no idea. I really don't. I mean, like one for each pose in the whole sequence.
For which sequence?
All of it, like all 10, power 10, the whole thing.
Power 10.
So we're like child's pose, down dog, ragdoll, mountain pose, thunderbolt, warrior one,
So like
plank,
Sun A and
chaturanga,
Sun B?
up dog, down,
But like Sun A
all
and
things.
Sun B?
With some child pose.
Well, by the end of program, it'd be the whole thing.
It would be.
Okay,
So right now, do what you know.
So the strap stretch and those like the sequences we're learning. Just need to know what I need to get done so that I get started.
Just start with Sun A and Sun B. Sun A and Sun B.
I was thinking by the end, it'll probably be the whole sequence and journey into power.
Power 10, yeah. Yeah.
That's where that.
Yeah, I'll explain that for you guys. Are we good with this? I'm gonna exit them, take a
Yeah,
screenshot.
oh, hold on. I just want to copy it. Wait.
Yeah, do it.
Hold
It's not going anywhere. Screenshot that cute girl
Can we
right
put
there.
this on a t-shirt?
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. Zoomies, you good?
Yeah. And Danielle, are these due? You didn't really give a due date, but.
The end of program. They're just ongoing all the way through end of teacher training.
Graduation, have them done by the last day.
Yeah, and the way graduation ends up working is like, we don't like walk you down the aisle and give you your certificate at the end. Like that's not how graduation goes. Just FYI. Might as well talk about this since you're approaching the halfway mark anyway, or something like that. Well, not exactly, but it'll be like your last weekend, as many of you saw what FATS was on the first weekend when you saw what people were doing here. So FATS is Final Amazing Teaching Showcase. And so you teach to the whole group and you get some, and it's fun. That's all you need to know is it's really fun. It's really empowering. It's really amazing. So that happens at the end. And then it's like, here's the list of all the things you want to have completed in order to get your certificate. And we're not like okay, let's check every attendance list and make sure you hit every hour. Like, you all are grown ass adults. You decide, did I do all the things on this list? So the checklist would be like, attend all the weekends. If you didn't attend the weekend, did you do the makeup by attending, setting up the dates where you're going to attend another weekend with the next group? Or did you come to, like, sometimes we have workshops, like Melissa does like a 3-day yin workshop, which you could use in place of a weekend or something, like if stuff like that pops up. So it's like, did you fulfill all the needs for your 200 hours? Did you do the homework assignments? Did you do your flashcards? Did you do your FATs? And then your self-eval, like that stuff. So it'll be your list of stuff to do. And then you get your certificate. So no one will get it on the weekend of. So don't bug yourself out trying to complete everything by the last weekend anyway, because it just doesn't happen that way. There's things you can't even do until after the last weekend anyway, because you have to do your self-eval, which means you have to watch your FATs and then evaluate it based on your feedback. Super fun. Not scary, fun. It's all meant to be empowering, every single thing. Nothing is meant to be the way we do school in America, which is disempowering.
What's a fact? You have to do a fact.
FATS, final. F,
Oh,
A, amazing. T, teaching. S, showcase. Which will be nothing different than you've already done, because you are already practiced teaching to each other, so it won't be scary. I mean, it'll be scary, but it'll be good. It'll be good. So flashcards would be like that. You'll be working on them progressively until then, and then, yeah. Just a quick thing on the Power 10 versus JIP thing. So you've probably heard both. You've probably heard of us explain it as Journey into Power, JIP, and Power 10. JIP is Baron Baptiste's 11 sequence power yoga series, okay? And so for a long time, we were Baptiste affiliated, and for a little while before that, we were Baptiste inspired. And we still take a lot of our teachings and do a lot of our stuff, like all related and integrated with that. Like, that's my teacher, that's Kim's teacher. And we've done like a lot of extensive stuff and work with him. And then all of it kind of like feeds into what we've created. And we used to teach Journey into Power, like his, basically, that's what it's called. But we've been working over the last couple of years, creating everything to be similar, inspired by, but our own like warrior thing. Cause like we're 31 programs in, like it's time to have our own names for things. And like we've made some developments on the sequence, and we were like still calling it Journey into Power and still whatever, but then we're like, but we didn't, we like swapped this or added that or took away whatever. So now we have Power 10, which is our 10 sequence instead of 11, Journey into Power, so to speak, but power yoga class. So when you hear JIP or Power 10, honestly, they're so similar. It's just that with like Kim's background in exercise science and mine and everything, and like all the kind of like interworkings and ways that we've played with it, Power 10 is ours. So there's so many striking similarities, but some things like a little changed up. So the goal ultimately is to have everyone doing Power 10, but we're still in that weird phase, which is why I'm like, you still don't have your manual, because I've been designing it from literal scratch, taking words and like building sandcastles with them, which you'll see when you get it, you'll understand why, because it's really, really cool. Came out really good. But that being said, it's like a lot of things are shifting, and you guys are actually like the precipice for it. Kind of started with the last group, but then we added like the small groups, which seems really cool. You guys love that, right?
Yeah.
Everyone seems to really enjoy small groups and stuff like that. And then like Power 10 kind of rolled out in between YTT 30 and 31. So it's like, what are we doing, JIP or Power 10? So that's why it's all a little bit confusing. But makes more sense now?
Yeah.
A little? Okay. All right, cool. So ultimately we're rolling to Power 10, and when you get the manual, it does have the Power 10 sequencing in there. 10 instead of 11 little sequences. Yeah. All right. Good night.
Thank you. Thanks, Danielle.
You're welcome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Danielle. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye, Cassie.